Okay, can you see my screen, Felicia?
Yes, we can see
Yes,
it just fine.
perfect. Okay. Uh, Hello, good afternoon, everyone. I hope that this afternoon everyone is still on the game after the lunch. Today, I'm going to present how proactive social engagement in Tokopedia, and then how we are moving from reactive to proactive engagement. Uh, okay, first of all, for everyone who doesn't know Tokopedia at first, let me introduce the company. So we start with Indonesia is fourth largest country in the world, and then we are the biggest Muslim country in the world with 226 million population. And then we have 91% mobile penetration, and then around of that, only 46% social media penetration. So we have around 5% of e-commerce penetration. There is a lot of room to improve in engineering perspective. So that's why our founder, like 10 years ago, tried to inviting something that could democratize everyone through the technology. So our mission is like helping all the seller from Aceh to Papua, very east and very west of Indonesia, how they can sell and make a business from offline to online to Jakarta. And then how the technology could help people to marketing their product and then give a better economy for small and medium enterprise. Nowadays, we have 4,600 nakama. By the way, nakama is the other term to show the Tokopedia employees. Before 11 years ago, it's only 2 people, our founder and the co-founder. Now we have like 4,600 nakama. And then now we have more than 90 million active user monthly who purchase and then selling in the Tokopedia. And then we cover more than 77 X district region. And then it is from Indonesia, we have 30,000 island, and then we almost cover all the continent Indonesia. And then we also have 6.6 million merchant, and then from that 6.6 million merchant, around 86% of that is a newcomer. It means that this is first time for them to start the business online, and then we empower them to sell their product to all Indonesian. Okay, what are the product of Tokopedia now? So the first one, we start from physical goods, where we sell all the fashion stuff and then all the digital goods. Now we are moving to digital one, where we simplify the life of people. People can purchase flight ticket, train ticket, and then pulsa, token listrik, and then Telkom in Tokopedia. Also, we are reaching and banking people with more of the technology, because a lot of people in Indonesia, they don't have bank account. So how to deal with that? We open the e-money as well. We open another merchant that they can pay the Tokopedia in the convenience store. So everyone have the same access in Indonesia. And then we also giving back to society, where we give a platform to everyone to donate and then give whatever they have to the society. And then we also supporting the government for incoming of the country. So we provide a platform for them to support online tax and then retribution, or they could have a house tax, all in our platform. Okay, that's a glance of Tokopedia. I hope everyone understand about the background of the company. And then in the first phase, like how the importance of social engagement for Tokopedia. I quoted a data from the Salesforce. We said that 55% of digital product customer are people buy it online after they do a sum of social media discovery. For younger teenager, the social media is become their habit, and then what people tendency is like before they purchasing a product, they will see all the review in the social media, all the engagement, and then how the product is good or not. From this particular reason, that we believe the social engagement is really important for the customer. And then most of our customer demand fast response. And then with the social media integration, people are expecting demand more and more faster. We are trying now to improve our reply rate in social media. so 99% of our reply is done below 15 minutes. So people also associate the social media with loyalty as well. So the more and the more the service is going to be good, and then the more and more customer is loyal to the brand. And then the third one is like we want to emotionally connect to the customer because it is pretty tough competition in Indonesia. We have 4 big players in Indonesia in e-commerce, and then it's easier for customer just to uninstall the product and then switch to the competitor. That's why we need something to make the customer stay on our platform. So we want to give extra effort. We want to personalize the interaction with them, and then we want to give like some kind of situation where they are connected to us emotionally. So beyond like just having a transaction, but they love our brand as e-commerce. Okay, the other one is like the correlation between the customer service and the behavior of the customer loyalty on the product. So from the data, it shows that more than 66% customer recommend the product and service to the others if they have a good customer service. And then they even purchase more from the company. It is 55%. And then, but surprisingly, like 30% is like there is no change at all after they're having a good customer service. From this, we could say that there's a strong correlation between a good customer service with the way of impulsive of customer want to purchase the brand or want to stay in the brand or even recommend it. We have a data as well. A person who will visit Tokopedia and then have a good CSAT in the customer service, the tendency staying in the platform is remain high. That's the other fact that the correlation between good customer service and also the loyalty brand of the customer. Okay, so I think we're gonna have some of interaction section. Felicia, do you mind to open the poll now? So we want to actually understand what is your favorite social media channel in your company. You can pick from 6 of the option here. Yeah, I think you guys can vote from your Zoom. What is the social media channel that your company utilize now?
Oh, wow, so we're seeing a lot of them come in, Harry.
Yep.
And it's quite all over the place. As we see, we've got you know, a lot from Facebook. I think Facebook is winning
Facebook
the majority.
Majority, yeah. Is it a bigger percentage between Facebook and also Twitter or WhatsApp?
Yeah, I mean, from what I can see, and I will be launching the results in just a bit. I'm just you know, waiting for the last few to come in. But yeah, it's already been a minute now, so I'm going to end the poll.
Yep.
And I will share the results here, so you should be able to see that from your end.
Okay, so 50% of people here using Facebook, a social media channel, and then surprisingly, no one's using TikTok at this moment. Actually, TikTok is quite popular now for even the young generation. Yes, Twitter is also coming the second one. WhatsApp and WeChat, the chat platform is the third one, and then the others perhaps like Instagram and then Pinterest or LinkedIn, the other way of interacting with the customer. But yeah, Facebook is still number one since it's the biggest social media platform that we have now. Interestingly, like in Tokopedia, we are starting with Facebook and Twitter, but lately we are moving also to Instagram and then also TikTok. The reason behind it is like different channel has different purposes. Facebook is the content is become stagnant and then a lot of competitor noise on that platform. That's why we try to shift a bit to Instagram. We try to promote the educational content to the customer from Instagram. Sometimes a picture is better than a word, and then they could understand what is the message of. And then we also utilizing YouTube as the new channel. So we make a promotional video, educational video to get with our customer. Okay, thank you for the result, Felix. Let me moving to the next presentation. Okay, so how's our strategy on social media engagement? So in general, if we see the pyramid, so on the very top bottom, so we have a mission like we can fulfill the basic need of the customer. We deliver what the customer expect. For instance, like we transform the people mindset, and then we transform also the process mindsets, and then we also transform the technology mindset. So at the end, the customer could easily reach us on social media, and then if they have a problem, we can solve it in the fastly manner. After we meet the basic need, so the second one is like we want to give something more than the basic. It's kind of proactive engagement. So we kind of build self-service assistant. We kind of build a chatbot as well. So whenever the customer inquiries, we can answer it in very efficient and fast manner, 24 hours in a day, and all, no matter is it only few customer asking or million customer asking, chatbot will able to answer the queries. And then we also giving a proactive engagement. So we want to understand what is the customer pain point before they even reach us. It is kind of differentiation between what the basic need and then what is the exceed your expectation. And then at the end, we want to have as a brand, we want to be our top of mind for our customer. So whenever in Indonesia people are talking about e-commerce, Tokopedia is coming as the first. So we actually creating a customer engagement hub. So this kind of social media monitoring system, and then we have a people system to just see what the trends in the customer, what their perspective to our brand, what is their problem, and then what kind of product improvement that could be done based on their input. So this is one of the goal. So we being loved by our customer. Okay. And then how is translated into the engagement channel. So basically, we want to have a 360-degree customer point of view where we can combine everything, all the customer inquiries, all the customer data from social media, how their perspective into one singular object. So whenever they reaching us, and then we have multiple people handle it, and then all the people in the company will have singular data for the customer. For instance, like how many times you engage them with the promotional code, and then what is their latest purchase to the company. Let's say they love to purchase a tennis racket. They want to purchase a product that related to the tennis, and then whenever the customer reach us, and then our representative people will say, how's the last week purchase from your tennis racket or something like that. So we make the interaction very personal to the customer, and then from that small little detail that the customer want, we want to build emotional connection with them. Okay, and then yeah, from this 360 view, we want to build a trust with customer, and then after the customer build a trust with us, we want them to repeat the order at the end. Okay, and then the third one is how we leveraging social media engagement to improve the customer experience. The first one, like on the left one, we could see there's a top video YouTube in August. It is but only filtered into the brand. So we want to see Tokopedia is number 1 and 3 with a combination of 3 million view. This is a very good interaction or views to our videos. Basically in Indonesia nowadays people love K-pop, so based on that strategy, want to ensure that we increase the engagement. That's why we are now partnering with BTS, one of the biggest K-pop band. And then what we do is like we try to promoting our brand. We try to, for instance, like we're promoting our Tokopedia Care with the brand, and then we have a good impression. And it's not only getting all the audience from existing customer, but since the K-pop culture in Indonesia is very high. We want to attract new customer based on their loyalty fans. So yeah, it's a good way to interact with everyone using a proper influencer. And then the second one, we also keep maintaining a long-term relationship. So we they not only complain to us, but sometimes like with social media monitoring tools, we understand what actually customer perspective on our brand. So for instance, on the left one, there's a thread in the Twitter that compare about what is the Tokopedia compared to the brand, which brand that they love. And then one of the customer say a good opinion about Tokopedia, and then it coming to our social media monitoring, and then we give them a little bit surprise, like, hey, this is a voucher code for you because we understand you love the brand so much, and then that simple touch could retain loyal customer. Instead of like we are focusing getting a new customer, we also give a chance to existing customer to love the brand more. Okay, the second one for the engagement program is like from Tokopedia to Tokopedia. I mean, like we want to empower the community to solve their own problem, and then we want to empower our customer to help the other customer. How we did that? So basically, like we give a very informative information center in our web page, and then the second one, we create a social media channel, and then a lot of educational video on tips and tricks or troubleshoot event or how to solve their own problem. And then we hope that the customer is well equipped with knowledge that can help another customer. For instance, there's a Twitter from someone, and then this is a very out of the box question. He said that, could I buy a happiness in Tokopedia? This is very out of the box question. So basically, our representative, instead of giving the answer as in the template in the company, they throw the thread to the community, and then let's see how the community reacts. So we want to build an ecosystem for everyone to be interacting. Everyone is part of us, and then at the end, the community is the best automation for us. I just want to give some of perspective of iceberg tip. So when I have a see, people reaching us and then complaining to us is just a tip of the iceberg. It's only 10%, but actually 90% of the problem is remain, and then sometimes they never complain to us, and then it's remain on their social media, and then they don't know how to reach us, but they put it on their private post. For instance, like, oh, Tokopedia is down now, and then but there is no Tokopedia tagging at all. But how we can discover this 90% that unheard problem? That's why we'll try to move a bit into social media engagement, and then we will try to build like a common center for that, and then social media listening. So basically what social media listening is able to do it is like we monitor our branding sentiment. Is it a positive or negative one? For instance, there's a campaign, recently campaign of BTS. We want to see the impact to the community. And then is there any bad words or good word that could be getting to the team and then escalated, or even word of luck, so we know what is the sentiment of people to Tokopedia recently. And then there's one cases like this social media listening also could help us to react fastly in an efficient manner. For instance, like two months ago, we have a problem with data security leak where 9 million user data leaked to someone hacker in the internet, and then people start to uninstall Tokopedia from the platform. And then the social media listening like define, so our team could react fastly, and then even it's escalated to our CEO, and then our CEO make an official statement to get the customer that their data is safe in the platform now. So these tools has been utilized with a lot of team from our company. So this is to CX to monitor all the experience and all the journey end to end. It is by social media team also to see what the campaign is successful or not. Used by Popcom or PR team. They want to react fastly if there's a definite problem that they need to release a public statement to the customer and also even to the CEO. So we want to build a kind of culture in the company where everyone is focused on the customer. A small little complaint from the customer actually will be escalated to CEO level. Yeah. Okay. So how we are moving from reactive support to proactive engagement. So how's the example of that? So there's a lot of time, like people are whinging around on their social media now, but they don't mentioning the brand at all with the tagging at Tokopedia, or in the Instagram there's no tagging at Tokopedia Care or Tokopedia, but they just complain, like they say Tokopedia has done from this morning, I couldn't do transaction. But if you see from the left one, there is nothing that related to Tokopedia, but only wording of Tokopedia. But how we can know that this customer is having a problem? So we reutilize again the social media monitoring system. And then we know from the keyword, there's a Tokopedia page, and then there is a outage. And then once two words is detected, and then it will alert the respective team. And then what we did next is like reach out the customer. So it's kind of proactive service where actually customer doesn't reach our touch point at all. He just tweeting or he just updating status of he has difficulty accessing Tokopedia. But at the end, our customer care representative reach the customer and then give suggestion or asking what is the problem to help and solve in the future. Then sometimes the proactive service could also help, like in really big campaign. We have a situation where Ed Sheeran coming to Jakarta before the COVID situation. But what happened, since this is first time the Ed Sheeran coming to Jakarta, the demand to purchase a ticket is so high at the time. And then what happened is the system is down a minute after we launched the ticket. That's it could be a catastrophic action in the social media. A lot of people complaining and then tweeting about the reliability of Tokopedia. But from that tweet from customer, we react fastly. We put a social statement or official statement on our social media, calming the customer that we are in the progress of fixing it, and then also we put it on ticker, so everyone who come and purchase a ticket, there is a highlight and a notification that there is an outage, but our tech team is will be fixing the problem soon. Yeah, that's kind of initiative that probably will help like to mitigate social media crisis. We don't want like everyone folding that to our social complaint channel and then start bring bad perspective to our people. Okay, the other thing is like we make education content based on the highest problem on left to date. So basically we come to the customer care contact and then we ask them what is the top 10 problem that most customer complain to us, and then we make educational content specifically and then proactively according to the newer trend. So when customer open to our social media channel, there's an educational video. That one is based on the biggest complaint or the highest complaint rate on customer care channel. And then the other thing is like the customer helping the customer. So basically one customer complain to us, and then the other customer is like try to give the solution based on whatever they said, because we already give like we want to build an ecosystem that customer love our brand so much, and then they can be our ambassador in the social media. So we have seen like another customer try to help someone who have a problem with the top up, and then he suggests that this problem is already been posted in the Twitter. You can see it in detail there, and then how is helping the problem. And then the other one is like we want to empower them as our our uh, our second hand as well. For instance, in the real COVID situation, where a lot of seller taking advantages, marking up the price of the mask, and then we put a report button after the pages. So if they found that seller mark up the mask, they just could report, and then we can respond and then give the sanction to the seller in 1 hour. Yeah, that's kind of proactive engagement, and then we want to protect the community as well. The other thing is like the one that I thought before. So we expand to the Instagram as well. In Instagram, like we create one special account, just it's kind of a Bible of Tokopedia FAQ. It's not an help center, but we masking the FAQ to be more image content, and then we believe that most people hate reading a lot of text on the center, so we convert them into image basis, so the user could easily identify it and then have to solve their problem by themselves. So for instance, we have a group of content how to change your account into Tokopedia, and then how you can track your physical good order, what happen if your order is not coming yet. So that kind of question actually are in this Twitter pages. Yeah. And then beside Twitter, beside Instagram as well. So we expand also into the YouTube. So we believe that sometimes video is more explainable to the customer. And then once this is the first video that we are posted on YouTube. Basically, it explains how to secure your own account, your OTP, and then provide someone else to accessing your account or your personal detail. That video is become viral as well on the YouTube. And then what we have done now, more and more educational content to customer, more and more engagement channel to customer, we post it in a video format in YouTube. Okay. Sometimes like social monitoring tools is a powerful tools, but somehow there's a time for us also to speak in person to our customer, because we believe a lot of data, a lot of insight is actually never been replaced if you can meet the customer directly face to face. That's why we have a kind of a program like Customer Day, where our C-level directly meet the customer, and then they speak one by one to customer, and then understand what is the pain point, and then how we can help to make the experience better. So yeah, it's not about online. Sometimes that you need to speak in person to your customer, understand their pain point in order to give the better experience for them. Yeah. And then the last one, what is the impact of proactive engagement to our customer? So in FC, it improve our customer satisfaction from 70 to 90 is quite a lot, because customer love when we handle the issue, we focus on the resolving, and then we react it quickly and then answer to their problem. And then response time, we maintain like 99% of the response time within below 15 minutes. And then the engagement rate, since like we are expanding all the channels, it's increased gradually 1.5%. And social media coverage that we start from Twitter and Facebook, now we also expanding to Twitter, and then also the YouTube channel. And then we are shifting from reactive interaction to proactive interaction. And then yeah, after showing the positive impact to the business, we also built customer engagement hub at the end. So it is more sophisticated social media listening tools. We have dedicated people 24/7 that sitting on the room and then monitor what actually happened to the brand perspective, what customer said, and then how this team connected to a respected team in the Tokopedia. They are able to connect to customer operation team. They will tell if there's a spike on the issue and then ask the team to have a better capacity. They also have an access to Corpcom team to see if there is a standby statement that needs to be released prior to the sensitive problem. And then it's connected to product team. So if there's a bug or there's some input opinion from the customer that really happened to make the experience better, they could escalate to the product and tech team as well. So this is become our central hub to be an ears on the ground to our customer. Okay, as the impact, as the proactive engagement, yeah, we have a couple of awards from international organization as well. So from Contact Center World, we have won several medals as well from CX Asia as well. But what important the most for us is like, it's not winning the award, but winning our customer heart. Because nowadays, uninstalling the product, giving back experience is quite easy for the customer. And then with the tight competition, it is very easy in the fingertip. They can switch the brand easily. So we want to make sure the customer is staying at the platform because it is a good experience. Okay, thank you all for the presentation today.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Heri. You know, I really did enjoy that, and there was a lot to digest as well. So thank you so much for your time. We did have a couple questions actually come in while you were doing your presentation. So I'd love to just kind of bring that up. First of them is from Wan Chinwei, and they are asking, how did you get the customer to be a brand ambassador? So this is quite an interesting element because we did talk about this actually in our earlier presentation with Leonard from Bridgestone, and he was talking about, you know, brand promise and, you know, getting these brand ambassadors. How did you get the customer to become your brand ambassador? You know, were they incentivized or was it just purely through loyalty?
Yeah, so there is a couple channels to make them loyal to our brand. One is we giving a really good experience. And then beside that, we provide them as much as huge of company information and then it's accessible to them. So if they understand about the company in better and then they have a good experience, actually they can promote our company to the others. And then the ultimate goal is like they can be our brand ambassador helping others. Because of what? One is a good experience. So that's the basic thing that we should fulfill. We give them better experience and then we provide them a lot of resources that they need it in order to help their own problem. At the end, they can be our royal brand ambassador. And then the second one, there's kind of small little touch that we have incentivize them. Let's say if we fund from our social media listening, some customer really have a good promotion on our brand. We'll try to promote them in our social media channel. Second one, we could give a voucher or promotional code so they could be more loyal in our platform as well. Yeah, so that's two key. It's like fixing the basic thing, and then your customer will be your brand ambassador.
Okay, fantastic. Now, going on to our next question from Daryl is, how do you engage with consumers who are less involved, especially for products of longer replacement cycles or more discretionary products?
Yeah, there is the art of proactive engagement. So we don't want to wait customer reaching us, but we reach them first. So for instance, like if they bought some couple of shoes like 6 months ago, and then from the data it showed 6 months ago the customer purchased shoes, and then there are times that the customer want to purchase a new one because the shoe is going outdated already. That's why we have a engagement active email to the customer, which reach them. Hey, I've seen that you have you bought the shoe 6 months ago, but it is a good time to buy a new one. So that kind of engagement based on their historical transaction or based on their perception in the social media, how they tweet with a Tokopedia hashtag or without, or there's a quote of Tokopedia. If they feel unhappy about that, we can reach them proactively, but with the social listening tools as well. Yeah.
Okay, great. I had a question myself. You know, of
Yeah.
course, because of everyone for the majority of this year having had to work from home, and now many people are going back into the office, but the main mode of communication for employee or customers to brands was through social media channels or any digital channel that was available to be able to get their queries answered. Now, one of the things that many people struggle with, and you know, I don't know if you have found this in your role as well, is getting different social media channels to talk to one another. You know, of course, if you're having, say, for example, me as a customer going and talking to you on Twitter and then getting that and going to talk to you on Facebook, having those two on the back end talk to one another so that as an agent, you understand where that query is coming from, you know, what information was already provided and so forth. How did you overcome that particular challenge if it is something that you faced as well?
Yep, that's why we have a 3060 customer view solution. So whether we aggregate all the data from the customer, whether they're tweeting and then posting something in the social media, as long as their account is related to the Tokopedia account with the same email, we could see the 36-degree view of the customer. They have posted A, complaint A in Twitter, and then they have complaint B, and then all the customer representative could see it as single view, and then the customer doesn't have to repeat again the same question when the customer interact with our representative. So that's a technology side that we have been improved. And then, yeah, it helped a lot in the customer experience side as well, because we know we had it to repeat our question whenever we contact them. And then from that tools, we equipped our team to able to see the customer from 3060 views. Yeah.
Perfect. Now, I would like to open up the floor to any, you know, questions or conversations held by the audience. I know we've got, it's, you know, been quite a long morning already, and I'm sure many are either tired or hungry, but I would love to open up the floor. Is there anyone in the audience that would like to ask any questions? And it can be anything in relation to social media, of course, Tokopedia. Since we do have Harry's time, you know, happy to open up the floor.
Yeah. Or if anyone could share their own stories.
Yeah, exactly.
Challenge of having an engagement program, and then how you guys can tackle it. It will be nice for us as well.
Yeah, definitely. So we've got Amara in the audience. Amara, was there anything you wanted to share, or Chin Young? Daryl, you did ask a question. Happy to hear a little bit more on your side, how you're tackling with social engagements. Or Jay. Oh, we do have a question from Peter Neo. Is there a separate team to handle a digital touch points?
Yep.
Within
so
CX?
Yeah. Thanks, Neil. So we have dedicated team that sit in the command center 24/7 hours. Basically, this team is, the function of this team is just to escalate whatever they found in the social media listening. It could be connected to the product team, it could be connected to marketing team, PR team, and corporate team. And then this team is totally different from the customer care team that usually handle all the inquiries. They could actually connect this team to the customer care. Let's say there's an urgent issue that happened to customer, they could escalate to that particular team in a real time and fast manner.
And then we've got another question from Wan Chin Lee, which is, what challenges, if any, do you have with regulators, and how did you overcome them to create the services that you provide now?
Yeah, there is a good question as well. So a lot of government regulation now is kind of not proactive to the e-commerce side. For instance, like governments start regulating, limiting all the import of goods from the overseas. Governments start to getting high tax to the online purchases that could uh, not beneficial to our company. But actually, there's a sweet spot that we could find a win-win solution with the government. For instance, like we offer to government, like here now we are empowering a lot of people, small and medium business, to have more opportunity to grow their business. And then if we help more than 6 million merchants, why don't like the tax is not too high for them? So there's a kind of sell and trade here. Like if they want to give something is not pro to us, we also give them pros and cons as well of the regulation. Yeah, I think it's important that our basic mission as the company is like to help much people, to help the society in Indonesia, and then it is something that align also with the government mission.
All right, perfect. Any other questions? We do still have about 10 minutes or so for any other questions from the floor. You're more than welcome to also ask them live. I'm happy for you to do that, and to also share your own experiences of how you're driving social media strategies within your organization. Would love to hear from you in the audience. You know, Shirley, I know you've just come in as well, or Yazid. If any of you are keen to share your experience as well, we would love to hear from the audience on that. Everyone seems to have gone shy today, Harry.
Yeah, I think because it's nearly lunchtime.
Yes, probably, probably. Well, then, you know what? If there are any other questions that you feel you didn't get answered or asked during this session, please do let us know, and we can pass those questions on to Harry, and he'll be able to then share on the platform as well. But we will then end a little bit early, so you're all welcome to go and join your lunches, and we will see you all tomorrow, bright and early at 10:30. So thank you again, Harry, for your time and for your presentation. And yes, enjoy your afternoon, everyone.
Yes, thank you, Felicia, for hosting this event. And then feel free to contact me at harryseptiadi@tokopedia.com if you have any inquiries. Yeah, happy to share my experience and then what the Tokopedia did to solve that problem. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Harry. Bye, everyone.
Bye.